Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And as the NFL salary cap rises annually, as will the annual salaries for quarterbacks, they have been skyrocketing. Basically, the later you're a free agent, the more you're going to get paid once you get your extension, if you're good enough. And two quarterbacks received quite hefty extensions yesterday, starting with Tua Tungavailoa. I always have to pronounce that name slow. I'm just gonna call him Tua now. Received a 4-year, $212.4 million contract extension with 167.1 million guaranteed in the largest 4-year deal in history per multiple reports, Fox Sports NFL. Yes, as you see, it mentions that it's the largest 4-year deal in history until it wasn't, because a few hours later, Jordan Love, 4 years, 220 million. That makes him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. Actually, tied for the highest. But um, he also gets a record 75 million signing bonus plus 155 million in new full guarantees. So 55 million a season, tying Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence for the highest average annual salary. This isn't updated because this is overthecap.com. They do not have the Tua and Jordan Love deals listed, but 55 million a year, same as Burrow and Lawrence. They got one more year each on their deal. 53.1 million per season for Tua. That's 100,000 more per year than, excuse me, yeah, 100,000 more per year than um, Jared Goff received. 200, yes, just making sure I was right. It's 53.1 million per season, so that places him as the top quarterback other than those three, making 55 million a year. Both do come with some risks. These are Tua's numbers. 4 seasons in the NFL. Both were drafted in 2020. Tua is 26 years old and Love is 25. Not quite a year older, Tua, but a little bit older. You see, last year, Tua led the league in passing yards. His previous season led the league in rating, yards per attempt. But remember, entering last season, there were rumors of possible retirement due to concussions, injury history. He signed to silence those somewhat by playing in every game, but just one healthy season doesn't change the fact that these things occurred. And last season was his first career playoff game against the Chiefs. Didn't really perform all that well, albeit in not great weather conditions. That's what's going to happen sometimes when you're playing in Arrowhead in January. And then we look at Jordan Love again. This last season was really his first full season. Well, was his first full season as a starting quarterback, as he only had started one game entering last season. Started off somewhat middling, but really took off during the second half of the season and had a great performance against the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. Unfortunately, they fell to the San Francisco 49ers, but last season, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 96.1 rating, 62.1 QBR. So his QBR was a little bit better than Tua's. And it's, he's doing it without a true number one receiver. Now they got some very good young wide receivers in Watson, Dobbs, um, Wicks, Musgrave and Kraft are two young, solid tight ends. So while he doesn't have a true number one, he's got a bunch of options for sure. A lot of people think Tua's stats are propped up because he's got two stud wide receivers in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill, arguably the best. Most people probably put him minimum top five. Waddle top 10, top 15, somewhere probably in that range. So what are your thoughts? Which deal do you think will um, be better through the entirety of the extension? Who do you think will be better over the next 4 or 5 seasons? Both will be entering free agency again, somewhat in the prime of their career. I believe Love's extension will end when he's 30, Tua's will end when he's 31. So, if they could continue this sustained play, who knows what quarterbacks will be getting paid by the time their contract is up. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.